We're going to explore a really gentle but powerful idea today, drawn from Stephen Redhead's reflections. What if life wasn't actually meant to be this constant uphill battle? What if ease is really our natural state, and all the difficulty is just something we've added on top? Let's dive in.
It's so human, isn't it? We always seem to start by looking backward, trying to figure out how we ended up right here. And it feels productive, for sure. But as Stephen Redhead observes, that can sometimes be its own kind of trap. So we're going to look at this quiet little shift, away from analyzing the past and just looking ahead.
And here's the thing, that feeling of being unhappy or dissatisfied, that right there is the only piece of information you actually need. According to these reflections, spending all our time analyzing why we're unhappy can be a really clever way to just stay stuck. The feeling itself is the signal. It's the starting gun. So instead of getting completely lost in the why, the suggestion is to redirect all of that energy into two much more powerful questions. First, where do I actually want to go? And second, what will help me get there? See? It's a simple pivot from analysis to action, from being stuck in the mud to finally getting some momentum. And this leads to a really freeing idea that action doesn't have to be forced. It's not about gritting your teeth and pushing through some massive wall of resistance. Instead, a key insight from Redhead is that movement, well, it just starts to happen on its own, once you get a clear sense of where you're headed. The sequence is actually pretty simple. It's not some complicated formula. First, that clear vision starts to take shape in your mind. And from that clarity, motivation just shows up. It naturally appears. And then you take a few small steps, and suddenly you've got momentum carrying you forward, almost without you even trying. This one really captures the magic of the present moment, doesn't it? This whole idea of waiting for the perfect time, as Redhead notes, it's just an illusion that keeps us on the sidelines. Opportunities are tied to right now, to this moment, which is never, ever going to come around again in the exact same way. This brings us to such a beautiful metaphor for life itself. Instead of seeing all of life's twists and turns as a bunch of problems we have to solve or control, what if we saw it as a powerful river, a current to join, something to ride, not a battle we have to win? So here you have it, two ways to look at the exact same journey. On one hand, you can see life as this unpredictable, kind of scary ride, full of terror and tension. Or you can see it as an exhilarating adventure, a chance to feel everything and collect all these amazing, valuable experiences. It's the same ride. The only thing that changes is your perspective. And that's really the heart of it all, isn't it? This question just invites us to wonder, what if it's not the events themselves, but our state of mind? How we interpret those events that actually defines our experience? What if the story of our life is written entirely by the meaning we give to the journey? There's such a calm, quiet strength in this statement. It's not about blame, not at all. It's about ownership. Just accepting that your choices, your perspectives, are what builds your reality, well, that's the ultimate form of personal freedom. You're holding the pen. Okay, so if our interpretation of everything is the key, then we have to look at the instrument that's doing all the interpreting, our own mind. So let's shift our focus inward for a minute and just explore what happens to our perception when all that external noise finally starts to fade away. I mean, think about all the stuff our minds deal with constantly. Redhead's writing points out this mental clutter, endless distractions that shatter our attention, interruptions that throw us off balance, all these opinions we just absorb without thinking, and this constant programming from everywhere else. It all kind of distorts how we see the world and ourselves.
So, what's the alternative to all that noise? Well, it's this idea of an uncontaminated mind, a mind that's finally free from that constant distorting pressure from the outside. It's really about getting back to the feeling of your own true, authentic self.
And this isn't about building walls or becoming defensive. It's described as a really natural state of being, a kind of serene independence where your view of the world and the choices you make are actually your own, not something pushed on you by someone else's agenda. And the result of finding this inner alignment, it's not just some mental exercise. This kind of clarity has a ripple effect. It benefits your entire well-being. Your mental health, sure, but your physical health too. It's a holistic, all-encompassing sense of ease. So as we start to bring this exploration to a gentle close, let's think about the ultimate measure of it all. after all the striving, all the doing, all the being? Redhead's reflections bring us to this single, simple question to ask ourselves at the very end. And that's it. Not, was I a huge success, or did I achieve enough stuff? Just, did I live well? It's such a quiet, profound question. It really invites us to think about what truly matters, the quality of our journey, not for anyone else, but for ourselves. It's a good thought to carry with you.